told you. How you been?
Wow.
Crazy? I mean,
Wow.
it's been nuts, huh?
Yeah, it's been neck breaking, but it's the only way. So we're really pumped.
Yeah. I mean, this is the perfect tour to kind of have you on with your style of music, I think.
Thank you.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
No, I mean, I agree. Of course, I think that it's a really good element to have Huntress and Testament open, and then move into Kill Switch and Lamb of God. We're seeing a really great reaction with that format.
Yeah, I would imagine the band gets a lot of feedback from the crowd.
We love being an opening band. We love it. We get everybody fired up, and we get the pussies wet.
You're a great band to have come out for this, because you look at that lineup and you're like, oh my god, this is tons of like great thrash style metal, and it's just but you're just a little bit different to kind of, you know what I mean?
We're a little theatrical, and we're I would say that our roots are really based in true heavy metal. Like, I would say, I'm not saying the other bands are not true heavy metal, because they all are, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's no more Nawabum. We have, we have a little bit of the old school in there.
Yeah, definitely. So, your voice comes more from your operatic background, obviously.
It doesn't.
No?
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because my operatic background is not translated into my metal singing. What that does is, it is simply the foundation for my screams.
Okay.
So anything you hear in Huntress is going to be pure heavy metal, but that training is what it makes me able to sustain those screams night after night without losing my voice.
Okay.
It's the training that makes me not lose my voice.
But you have the 4-octave range, which is unreal.
Me and Mariah Carey.
We'll pass on that. So what are some of the bands that you first latched onto that got you into metal?
Suicidal Tendencies was my first band. Yeah, totally. ST for life. And I'm still like, I can't even think about Mike Muir, because I get like all starstruck. But yeah, I was 13 years old when I first heard ST, and that really like gave me the bug to continue and pursue metal. But I always knew that I wasn't quite a good fit for opera or even musical theater or anything that was like telling me what to do. I knew I wanted to like blaze my own path. So I thought, okay, I can be angry, I can be a bit of a trailblazer in heavy metal and write my own music. So I felt like I finally belonged on this planet when I discovered it.
I'm kind of weird in my own musical taste, and sometimes I'm like, girlfriend in band.
Absolutely.
But like, I don't know how you'll take this compliment, but like, I hear your stuff and I'm like, it's like akin to like Bruce Dickinson for me.
Thank you. I love Bruce.
Okay.
Especially his bangs in the 1980s. Bruce, I miss your bangs so much. The bangs on the knee socks. Thank you. One approach I always take, and I tell ladies this as well, is try to unsex your voice. I'm not a fan of female vocalists. The only one I'll say is Ann Wilson of Heart.
Oh, wow.
That's the only one, like literally. Yeah. But there are other women who have really blazed a trail. For example, Doro Pesh, who I've met recently, and she's amazing and completely inspiring. But I don't really look at women as an inspiration. I look to the men, and it's always been that way for me.
Well, that speaks a lot to what you're doing, obviously. So can you tell me a little bit about this Zenith video? I'm like so tripped out.
Well, it's supposed to trip you the fuck out. Zenith. Well, when we were writing the song, I fall into trance when I write my lyrics, and I fell into this weird state for like 3 days, and I just received all this crazy shit from aliens from the Algebron region of Anunnaki. Okay. 33.33 to those who understand. But so essentially, Zenith is thinking the point right above your head, straight forward, is the vertical point where you won't die. It's just like absolutely perfect if you stay straight. You know what I mean? So I know basically it's about getting high with aliens.
Okay. Cool.
Okay? So that's what the song's about. It's about like smoking weed. How high can you get? Aliens, dude. That's the way.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking high. So that's why you're tripped out.
But like the graphics though and all that. I mean, like I'm like, oh, wait.
That's all.
Jill wearing a bikini.
Am I naked?
What is naked? I'm like, whoa, what's good? But like all this stuff is going on. I'm like, wow, that was
I gotta
really
say,
cool.
Thank you, and you know who to credit is Phil Mucci, the director. Phil Mucci really drew us in when we first saw his video for High on Fire's Fertile Green. When we first saw that video, he really he enraptured me. And then at that point, we hadn't even recorded Starbound Beast. It was just demos. So we contacted him through our manager Jackie, and we said we want you to do the video for Zenith without even having recorded the record yet. We just gave him a demo.
Okay.
Because we knew. We just knew right then. He gave us this like whole new sense of hallucinogenic, tripped out, like it's like a black light poster come to life.
Cool.
Yeah.
How did you graduate from what you did with like Spell Eater into what you've done with like Starbound Beast? What kind of transpired there?
Touring. Non-stop touring. I really feel that we become stronger musicians, better performers, and what's so exciting for me is to see my bandmates really become better performers just after touring with me for so long and putting up with my bullshit. Hold on. I'm gonna spit my gum out. But yeah, I mean, really what's transpired is it's almost like a telepathic connection when you really are living with 4 dudes in a van.
Yeah.
And you're with each other every day, and you have to learn about each other's moods and emotions and space issues. We really just wrote this album just because we just loved it, you know. And I had these visions about working with the cosmos and getting more based with the alien instead of like Earth based. So we kind of like reached for the stars on Starbound Beast, and you can hear it's in the mother phase. This is the first 3 albums I've said are like a spiritual journey for me. The first album, Spell Eater, is the maiden phase. Starbound Beast is the mother. And the 3rd album, which is coming out next year, 2014, is the crone. So those phases, and you can hear in Starbound Beast there's a mother phase. It's very thoughtful. It's a little bit more developed.
When did you start getting into like numerology, sorcery, witchcraft, whatever you want to call it, all these different interests that you have, and when did that first start to develop?
From birth. I grew up with a very eccentric family. I grew up. Hello, Carl.
Hey there. Oops.
I grew up on. Carl's great. He always comes in. Always. He says perfect. That's his move. Come on in here, Carl. I grew up in a family of 7 siblings total. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters on a farm in the Catskill Mountains, and my father and mother were always very encouraging of the secret site and encouraged all of us to use our psychic abilities. And so I grew up pagan.
Okay.
So it's always been part of my life, and that's what the name Huntress is based off, is a tribute to the deity Artemis, goddess of the hunt.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, well,
a little bit of Greek culture there for
yeah, sure. Well, you know, it's just part of it. She has many names, but I choose that one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. What's it like being the only woman here, kind of on tour?
I love it.
You're surrounded by some sausage, I guess we'll call it. But I mean, you have some legends that you're hanging out with. Like hanging out with Testing.
Every day is crazy. Bye, Carl.
Bye.
Bye, Carl.
Bye, interview land.
Bye. You know, for me, it's quite profound because all these men that I've looked up to for so many years have really reached out to us and embraced us and given us a lot of support. And you know, about a year ago, we received an email from Chris Adler, and he said, you know, we really support the band, and I love the record Spell Eater, and here we are a year later, and we're on tour, and that's where it really starts, is with the bands. It's not like there's some weird business deal going down between managers and agents. It's band love, you know?
That's neat.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's that way.
And that's what I respect really about Lamb of God, is that they've been in the same position, or an opening act with, you know, we have maybe 6 inches to a foot of space where I'm climbing over monitors and trying not to fall off stage, but this is all part of the game, and it's the dues you pay. But to be around these men and just be able to learn a lot, I think that's what's really important for us, is everything we see, and we watch them every night from on stage, from the wings. Lamb of God's spectacular, and Randy's really amazing. We share the same vocal coach, Melissa Cross. So we have a lot in common that way. Kill Switch is great. They bring it hard. And Testament. Gene Hoglan and I become buddies. Oh, cool. So that's really, it's pretty badass. Gene Hoglan.
And you continue on with Lamb of God
we
to
do.
Europe, right?
Yeah, we're home for about, I don't even have a home, but we'll be back in California somewhere for about 3 weeks or so. We're working on the new album, and then we'll be back in Europe and the UK with Lamb of God and Decapitated.
Nice. One last thing, how was your experience with Danzig?
It blew my mind. Still
a little bit.
Still not. When we heard we got the offer for the Danzig tour, I said to the guys, I was like, okay, we need to take a time machine back to when we were 13 years old, and we all need to like high-five ourselves, because to just need to say to yourself, like, everything's going to be all right. You're going on tour with Danzig. I mean, I literally grew up obsessed over Danzig and the Misfits. And I think that's where it all began for all of us, was first with the Misfits. You kind of, like, punk is kind of a gateway into metal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's where we began. And I kept, like, a little, I guess, like a little notebook of all the quotes he would say.
Okay.
He's so funny, and he's such a gentleman. Like, he's just, and he's really a master of his craft.
Yeah, he seems really nice. We hung out with Doyle for about an hour.
Oh yeah, Doyle's incredible, and his
he's the
album.
nicest guy.
Dude, he has a new album out. The
Unreal.
It's great.
It's an unreal record.
Yeah, you should listen to it first if you haven't yet.
Well, we've been telling these guys. It's an unreal record. We love it.
Yeah, we do too. We listen to it on tour a bunch.
Cool. So we know a lot about what's going on with Huntress, which is awesome.
Thank you. I'm sorry I'm a little stoned right now, but
that's good.
Fuck it. Right?
Yeah, you got some time. Yeah. Cool.
It's a lifestyle, baby.
That's it. Thank you
again.
Much. Good to
it's so
see you
good
again.
to see you again, darling.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been a